Okay, guys, first of all, huge shout out to people who make videos regularly because this involves so much more work than I ever realized. So that's cool. I think I finally got everything in a setup where you can see everything you need to see, and we're actually going to finally unpack this bag. So it's the moment you've been waiting for. We're actually getting to the bag. I know there's a lot of stuff on this table, and it looks like more than a bag's worth of stuff, but I just wanted to show you a few different configurations of how I work this bag, depending on the type of trip I'm taking, how much space we have, and what our particular needs are going to be on the trip. Like, for example, if we're going somewhere and we're just not going to have any access to meat, I don't need to bring stuff to cook meat. Okay, so let's start off with the bag itself, right? This is the bag that I use when I am going on a car trip or when I have space to bring my full travel kitchen with me. But this bag, I love, love, love this bag. It's a camping bag, and you can see it's a pretty solid canvas bag, which it unzips at the top. So on the outside, it has these three larger zipper pockets rather, and I will show you what's inside all of them when we get to the items themselves. And there are the same three pockets around on the front side of this as well. And then when you open this up, you can see there are all these great little square pockets here. And then this is meant for like a pen and paper or something, which I might eventually put recipes in, but right now it's empty. But these also are great little pockets. Like this one is just full of napkins because we always need more of those. The inner pocket is one large compartment, but it also comes with these Velcro dividers. So I have mine divided up with dairy, meat, and then just assorted items. The other great thing about this bag is that it's configured right now as a duffel bag, right? And has like a shoulder strap, but it comes with two of these straps. And there are loops on the back so that you can hook up both and use this as a book bag and wear it on your back. And as bulky as this kind of looks up close, it's really light and actually really easy to wear on your back. So that's really handy. Right now I have the other strap folded up into one of the pockets at the top, but I'm probably going to end up using that pocket for something and, just throwing the strap somewhere else. But so that's great. And I will link the bag down below. And by the way, thank you to everyone who encouraged me to set up affiliate links and all of that. I did go ahead and do that. So all the links below do go to those affiliate links that I do get some commission from. So thank you so much for your support in this whole thing. Okay, so I'm actually going to wait a second to get into the actual contents here because I first want to start off talking about these two larger appliances that I have over here. This is an electric skillet. This is, I believe, the 12 by 12 skillet. I would have to look it up, but there is a smaller version if you wanted to be able to put it inside the bag itself. What I do with this skillet is if we're going in a car trip anyways, I'll just throw it in a grocery bag, and there's almost always a little sliver of space where I can throw this, and then I bring that separately because it is so useful. I do use it for dairy. You obviously could also use it for meat, but in my configuration, it makes the most sense for me to have this for dairy. And there's a million items that you can cook in here. I actually have had a few people ask me to go through some different recipes and menus of things that I make using this travel kitchen. So if you are interested in me doing a video on that in the future, let me know. and I can definitely do that for you guys. Okay, the other item that I have here is this panini press that opens up like this, right, for paninis, and then you can press this little button on the side and it opens up completely flat as a grill. So I know a lot of people like these for like cheese sandwiches and stuff, and they are great for that. I actually have a dairy one at my house, but I use this one for meat. This particular brand, it is, what is it? It's Chefman, is very inexpensive, but I found it to be very reliable. It's extremely lightweight and large enough that I can make dinner for my family of 4 on it, but small enough that it actually does fit inside this bag. And I'll show you that in a minute. So this I bring for meat, and it is, again, so easy to use. So depending on what I'm bringing with me sort of shifts whether I have this in the bag, and I'll show you what I'm talking about right now. So if I just take out these 2 things, this slides in here beautifully, and then this just goes on top, and then close it back up, and it will zip up like that. So the only thing I took out is this mixing bowl that honestly is just not something that I really find that I need much. Okay, so those are those 2 large appliances that you can make your decisions about in terms of what's worth it for you to bring and what is not. Okay, so I'm going to put these to the side for now, and then we're going to start going through the bag itself. So I think I'd mentioned in my original post about this bag, but I have 3 different bags. So I have this bag that comes with me for car trips. I have this bag that is kind of my personal bag. It comes with me carry-on friendly. It just goes in my carry-on and goes with me. And then if we're going on a car trip, I'll either stick it in this bag if it fits, or I can just clip it on top like that and it stays by itself. That makes a full kit there. And honestly, it's doable without the separate bag as well. I really like when things are modular. I think it makes things easier for me. And then this is my bag that I bring when I am flying somewhere and I'm going to be there long enough or staying in a place where it's worth it for me to have means to cook in a hotel room or wherever I'm staying. And so this and this together make their own kit. Everything does fit in the black bag, but there are things that I like to bring with me that are not carry-on friendly. And in case either my luggage gets lost or I want to be able to eat things on the plane or I have a long layover or whatever it is, I like having at least these basic things in my carry-on with me so that I know I have those, and that's why they're separate. But they don't need to be if that's not something that you want to do, or if the non-carry-on items are not important for you to bring. That's also another factor to keep in mind. The last thing I will say is that this is one bag that I use. It is the smallest bag. And obviously fits the fewest stuff, but it's also the easiest to cram into, like if I'm packing carry-on only, this is by far the easiest to fit in there. I do have a larger, but still very slim bag that I also use if I do have the space, and it just gives me a little bit more freedom. I actually, a friend is currently borrowing it for a trip she's on, but she gets back today. So I should be able to show it to you in the near future. But I will link all of these bags for you. So I will link the green camping bag. I will link this lunchbox, or at least one very similar to it. I've had this for a long time, but I've seen variations of this on Amazon multiple times. And then this bag was actually from like a neighborhood event a couple of years ago. So I can't link this exact bag, but I will find a very similar one on Amazon, and I will link that as well. And then I will also provide the link to the larger lunchbox that I use sometimes when I'm traveling. Guys, this goes on for another 15 minutes, and to be perfectly honest, it's just painful. As I'm creating this content for you, I'm actually learning a lot, so hopefully these videos will improve the more of them that I make. We're going to wrap up here, and I'm going to create the next video in the series for you using some of the new skills I've learned.